Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting installment of Talking Wrestling. And today, I am joined, as usual, by, as you know, Patrick Porter. And finally, I am back with Markboy316.
Thank you.
And for the first topic, I thought we'll talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin walking out in 2002.
Right.
So, what's your thought?
All right. Well, for me, one of the reasons supposedly he left, he didn't want a job to Brock Lesnar with no build. That's why he left, and he was having personal issues at home and stuff too. And he didn't like the way Creative was handling him, so he took his ball and went home. That's what happened.
I can understand professionally why he did it, but he should have been more professional when he did that. With
Yes.
Because like Vince McMahon said, you just don't do that. You was promised to the fans that you was going to show up and wrestle. So really, he should have done the job no matter what, even though it went against his beliefs.
Here we go, right here.
And if he wanted time off, then he should have asked for time off.
Yeah.
Yep, it's right here. He thought a hot, shoddy rookie made Austin look weak with no build up. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Like I said, for the fans wise, he should have did it no matter what. And if he wanted time off, he should just ask for it.
Yep.
See, the thing that pissed off Vince is Austin didn't give him a chance to say goodbye. Didn't give him a chance to fire him. Like that pissed off Vince. You don't just walk out and not say anything. That's what pissed off Vince. Like you could at least talk to Vince.
From the owner of the company's perspective, you had to understand that he did the right thing. He got pissed off. Because if that was me,
then again,
if that was me, I would have got mad too and probably fired him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because he did walk out.
Yes. But however, he always said he would give people second chances, and he'd bring back the devil himself if it was good for money, and he brought him back.
Yep.
And going to the second topic I thought we would talk about, still Steve Austin related, the Owen Hart and Steve Austin power driver accident.
Wow.
Yeah, I watched that on the network. That looked brutal.
For me, it was brutal, and it could have been avoided if Owen was paying a little bit more attention.
Yes.
On how he was setting it up. But
if he would,
to Steve's credit, he should have at least called him up, no matter if it was at the airport or at his home, just for a short time, and just apologized.
Like a 30, like probably like a 2-minute phone call.
Yeah. And say, it don't have to be that long. I know he was meant to, because that's coming from Brett himself, that Owen is going to call when he got home. He just forgot to do it. But he should have called while it was on his mind at the airport.
And it says and it says right here, Austin inducted Bret Hart into the Hall of Fame in 2006.
And say, when it comes to Steve, he that kind of ruined his career or his friendship with Owen because of he didn't at least apologize. Because Steve did not, or said that he did not really talk much to Owen after that. because he did not apologize.
And then he came out with a shirt said, "Owen316, I just broke your neck."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And say, Owen's my favorite superstar, but that there, I had to say Owen did wrong on it. Professionally,
Mine is
fine.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Professionally, he's fine. But personally, he did wrong.
All I need to do is get the Stone Cold.
I think he would have done it like the way. Go ahead.
All I need to do is get the Stone Cold documentary for a good price. I think I should get the Blu-ray for that one. So I'm just looking up on the internet.
I think Owen should have done it the way the Undertaker does it. Instead of the sit-down version, he should have done the Undertaker tombstone. It would have been much easier and safer.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I was saying if he was setting it up better, I think it could have been avoided.
Or just don't do the spot if you.
Yeah. Going to the next topic, which would be something to really talk about. There's a lot of debate in between who's the true hardcore legend, Terry Funk or Mick Foley.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of debate of who's the true hardcore legend, and say you had to think who is better at hardcore, Mick Foley or Terry Funk. Now they are close when it comes to the hardcore matches, so. But who's just a little bit more dangerous? Me, I'll have to say Mick Foley is just a little bit more dangerous than Terry Funk was.
Yeah.
So therefore, because of that reason, I have to say Mick Foley is the true hardcore legend.
Yeah. I agree with
yes, I agree with that too. However, Funk probably did it first because he's been in the business longer than Foley. But I agree, Foley probably got the best.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman feud?
I thought actually that was well done. Even went on the David Letterman show and everything, and like that was cool for back then, for early '80s, I think it was. That was pretty cool. Because Andy Kaufman was a wrestling fan, and he was doing the intergender wrestling and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I believe that was actually late 70s, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Did you hear about that Matt Hardy accident?
I heard about it.
Oh, yeah, the match was like on Power Driver disqualification. Out.
He fell off like
some sort of lift. He just fell off and hit the back of his head.
Yep. And he couldn't continue, but he won the match. So, but as I'm reading this, let's see. He passes his concussion test, leaves hospital at All Out. So he is fine, but that was a botch if I ever seen one.
Yeah. He had to finish the match because of the stipulation. If he lost, he was gone. So he had to finish the match. Because if they gave it to Guevara, it would have been over. So he had.
Yeah.
And going back just for a split second to the Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman feud, it was in 1982.
That's what I thought. Early 80s, yeah.
Well, I was close.
On the table.
I said late 70s, and that was technically early 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a good build to the back then.
Yep. What's your thoughts on the Akam and Razor Authors of Pain released? Or being released?
They weren't using them much on the main roster. They were with Seth Rollins, and then all of a sudden it ended because one of them got seriously injured. There was thoughts of bringing Paul Ellering back, and he couldn't come back because one of them was injured, and they released him. I didn't know you were allowed to release anybody on the injured list. I didn't know you could do that. Maybe he's healed up now and they released him. I don't know, but they both released, as far as I know.
Yeah,
For me, if one of them is going to be constantly injured at all times, what's the point in having them hired in?
yeah, it's like EC3. You weren't using them on TV, so you just let them go. So that doesn't make sense. But
Like they had their best run at NXT.
What's your thoughts on Sasha Banks getting attacked by Bayley on this past episode of SmackDown?
That was cool. That was coming. Why did they do it on a SmackDown and not on a pay-per-view? I have no idea, but it's kind of cool. Now, Sasha can get the payoff at a pay-per-view, win the belt, and that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be like their Brooklyn match.
For me, I was kind of expecting them to do it right after their payback match, right after they lost the tag team titles.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably why they did it on SmackDown, is because a lot of people was expecting them to do it on a pay-per-view, not on a SmackDown. Kind of get
that's true.
the shock factor out of it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because because I was part of the Thunderdome when they did that, and if they had me on the screen, you can literally see the shock out of my face if they only had me on the screen.
Nice.
How
was the Thunderdome? How did you like it? Was it a good experience?
The problem with the Thunderdome is, at least for me, it lags a lot. So, like halfway through the experience of the Thunderdome, I had to get out of it because it kept on lagging.
Gee.
And I was on they did show me on SmackDown for like a split second, right before the women's title match or women's tag title match, because it was when they was starting announcing both teams, and if you look right above the referee, you can see me.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are your thoughts on the Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns match, the cousin versus cousin match?
Me, I didn't really want Jey to win the match. He was my third choice to win the match. I said my first choice was Sheamus.
Yeah.
Then King Corbin, then Jey Uso. Then I really didn't want Matt Riddle to win because I hate his ass with a passion. He's tied up there with Vince fucking Uso.
But
I actually
for me,
King Corbin actually.
Yeah.
That's besides.
But for me, Jey Uso to me is a good worker. It's actually refreshing to have a different match. You know damn well that he's not winning the Universal title.
No way.
I think it's going to be a decent match, actually.
My question is, where was the build for Jey Uso to even start a singles career?
Nowhere.
That's true.
I wanted to, if they wanted to have a singles match for either Uso, they should have been some sort of build for the singles career.
And plus, I didn't even know he was injured. I had my friend actually told me he was injured. I had to go back and watch WrestleMania, that triple threat ladder match, to find out.
And say, I guess it kind of makes sense for Jay to face Roman, but because of them being cousins. But I still wanted to build towards the opportunity for the Universal title.
Yeah.
What did you think of Roman Reigns winning it? Number one, he left WrestleMania after his leukemia thing. He didn't want to go because he wanted to be safe. Oh, that's cool, awesome. And then he was just given a title shot by Goldberg. He asked him and he said yes. And then now he was back in the title picture. What did he do to win that? What did he do to get in the title picture? Nothing.
Nothing. And say,
I hate that. I really hate that.
Me, since he left right there, right before the Universal title match at WrestleMania, he should never have been just given a match just because he spared the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Braun Strowman when he returned. No. Yeah, that made a great impact, but he should have had to earn the opportunity before he was just given the opportunity.
And you don't sign a contract when the match is already half over.
See, that's one thing I was talking about. If they wanted to wait until like the last minute, fine. Wait until right before the match it's officially started. Have him walk out, sign the contract, and then make him. He can make the rest of the entrance.
Yeah. I think you're just trying to build The Rock versus Reigns for WrestleMania going Hollywood, and let's pray that The Rock will actually be there since his leukemia. I mean, not leukemia. This COVID thing is over him, because I just heard that AJ Styles came back over the leukemia, and not leukemia. Whatever. I'm done.
See what you started, Mark? You got him screwed up.
Sorry.
It's not Mark's fault.
I hate the fact that they get a title shot for no damn reason. Win a battle royal. Win a number one contenders match. Win a fatal 4-way. Do something to get the shot.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts on Bray Wyatt announcing that a new friend is going to be joining the Firefly Funhouse?
That's probably going to be Alexa Bliss.
But to a YouTuber, which I know Patrick's heard of, called Wrestling Days,
yep,
it's credit that he said that everyone's expecting Alexa Bliss, but it could be a swerve. It could be a puppet. He said.
Okay.
Which he said Alexa's still going to be joined eventually, but he doesn't expect Alexa to be joined this Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't see them bringing. I don't see them bringing her in just yet. Like wait for a pay-per-view. Someone said on YouTube that Alexa Bliss is the ticket for getting Bray Wyatt over.
But the way I look at it, I think Alexa is going to be joined this Friday on SmackDown for one known fact. Right after he announced that, we cut to an interview.
Oh, yeah.
Or a conversation in between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And if you looked in the background, Ramblin' Rabbit was there.
Yep.
Why would they have Ramblin' Rabbit there in the background if as a hint for Alexa to be joined?
Yeah.
That's true.
Because if you look at it,
you use both. Go ahead.
say if you look at it for the past puppet watches, you had a puppet, at least one of the puppets appearing behind the Miz. You had behind Danny Bryan, and multiple other superstars that the Fiend attacked.
Braun Strowman at Money in the Bank, I believe.
Hmm.
I'm not sure about that one, but there was multiple superstars that the Fiend attacked that a puppet was appeared behind.
What about using his brother, Bo Dallas? Where's Bo Dallas? Use his brother as part of that. At least you using Bo Dallas, for God's sakes.
And say, yeah, I can actually, Wrestling Days actually mentioned Bo Dallas in a recent video about him joining the new Bray Wyatt stable.
Let's see. Maverick again, some minutes later. On April 30th, the B Team quietly disbanded after Curtis Axel was released by WWE. So he's free. Bo Dallas is free to be used.
What's your thoughts on the Mike Zidell botch at All Out?
That was like who messes up an airborne? Who messes up an airborne after doing it for 10 years?
Me, I seen it. It looked like he was slipped when he was trying to do it.
They said it was condensation on the top rope, and it was hot in the building, humidity, and he slipped.
So I can kind of understand him messing up. It's just too bad he couldn't. The opponent wasn't a little bit closer. Then he could have. It could at least made it look like it was he meant to do that. Basically,
I seen Billy Kidman do it and injure people. Billy Kidman used to injure people with that move when he didn't hit it right.
Yep. And quite honestly, I hope that he's not seriously injured after that.
Yeah.
Because a move like that can actually end someone's career after being so serious of a move.
And
Look at Brock Lesnar in 19. Almost broke his neck. If he didn't have a 20-inch neck, that would have broke his neck.
Yeah. Do you believe that MJF was it going to win the AEW championship?
I actually thought MJF was going to win, but as everyone knows, Jon Moxley walked out as champion.
Yeah.
When I saw Archer win the Battle Royal, I knew Moxley was going to retain. Because why have heel versus heel? Wouldn't make no sense. And the way he was left laying, on Dynamite with puddle of own blood, Moxley was in a mess. You knew he was going to get revenge and keep the title.
I'm about to actually watch those highlights of the match. Okay, so not that. I guess this. I saw that Kenny Omega and Adam Page is about to, I believe, break up.
I believe so as well. Because the Young Bucks kicking Hangman out of the Elite. I believe that along with where they was last Wednesday on Dynamite, I believe that they were about to break up.
Yeah, it looks like the Young Bucks are turning heel too.
It doesn't look like the Young Bucks are. It looks like Hangman is. Because if you think about it, Hangman is the one that cost the Young Bucks that match on Dynamite.
Yeah. But I don't know how it's going to play out because they've been doing heelish things during their tag matches lately. But we'll see.
And did you like the Chris Jericho versus No, wait. Didn't you say you hate Orange Cassidy, Donnie?
Yeah, I do.
With a passion?
Yep, I hate Orange Cassidy with a passion. He's the third person in line on my hate list.
He makes the business look stupid, in my opinion.
Yep, there's five. I told 5 people on my hate list, and 2 of the which is tied at 4.
Okay, would you like to give me that list so I don't have to bring it up?
Number 4 being tied is Matt Riddle and Vince fucking Russo. Number 3, Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
Number 2, Brock Lesnar. Hate
God,
him with
that
a
was
fucking
number
Lesnar.
1.
Nope, not number 1. Close enough. Number 1
Vince.
is the one that Tommy Flat hates from Wrestling Rampage, Ronda fucking Rousey.
Yeah.
As I like to call her, Crotch Rot.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I would love to say to her face. Fuck you.
And I believe if I can they use this as a thing right there, and that's what broke Hardy.
Oh, okay.
An 800, like a U-Haul, but like, yep, that totally broke him. Yep, that sent him to the hospital. Yep. And but
going to the next topic that I have, as you know, during the contract signing for the AEW World Championship match, MJF mentioned John Moxley's wife. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw something that Renee Young and Morano, I can't even say his name, Ronaldo, would be doing a AEW show at some point by the end of the year. So I don't know if they're going to AEW. I have no idea, but I have a feeling she's gonna.
And say, first of all, when he mentioned her name, or not her name, but mentioned her, she was still under contract with WWE.
yeah.
So therefore, he should never said that. If she was not under contract with WWE at all, and not even under the no complete clause, go ahead, right ahead, and mention her.
Yeah.
But he should never mention her since she was not only under contract, but within the no complete clause outside WWE.
Yeah, and
No, she
I
wasn't
think it was
a wrestler. Did she have the 90 days? Go ahead.
I didn't what I think it was an episode at like WWE backstage. I think they showed John Moxley on WWE backstage, and everyone was like saying, "Oh my God, John Moxley's coming back. John Moxley's coming back." No, he's not.
That was by accident.
Yeah, and they are married. They live together, so
yeah,
possibility you're gonna see him.
And see, the only thing he was doing was trying to get their dog out of the room with Renee.
Yeah.
And quite honestly,
does she have the 90 day? Does she have the 90-day compete clause? No compete clause. She's not a wrestler. She was just an all. Does she still have that clause in her contract?
What I've seen that she is not allowed to have the no complete, or she has the no complete clause in her contract where she cannot compete for like 30 to 60 days.
Okay.
And what I also seen where, and this has come from John Moxley himself, where that she's getting a lot of phone calls about going elsewhere after the no complete clause ends. And she can, and he's not forcing her to pick one or the other. So therefore, he's leaving that all up to her.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you think Renee Young is going the way Dominic is going? Like getting trained by John, and like Dominic getting trained by Mysterio?
I'm not really for sure about that. Because if she wanted to become a wrestler, she would have done that before she signed with WWE. And plus, I'm not sure about both of you, but I don't think she even looks like she would be a female wrestler.
No. She used to be a sportscaster on the Score. In Canada here, there's a channel called The Score, and she used to be a sportscaster there before she went to WWE. She was never a wrestler. She never had any background.
Yeah.
I think, if she wanted to go to like AEW, for example, I think she should do either of two things. One, do like she was doing in WWE, be an interviewer, or option two, be a manager for her husband, John.
Yeah.
Because I can see her do either two of those things.
And as soon as she left, they brought back Talking Smack. That was kind of slap in the face.
Yeah, it was.
What's your thoughts on the Sami Zayn return?
As you know, I booked that. He would bring back the IC championship.
Mark?
I thought that was pretty cool actually, and it's kind of rehashing a storyline from Razor and Shawn, basically, who's going to be the real Intercontinental champion. I do like that actually. That's actually pretty cool.
But
put AJ in the mix. That's not bad.
That's what I was about to say. Is the only slight change in that is there's going to be a third person being AJ Styles.
And I would like to see a ladder match between all three. That would kind of be cool. Holy God, that would be one hell of a match.
Yep.
And if it was now, my friend got me every 2020 DVD, but if I had to buy one with my own money, and if that match was on it, I would definitely go out and buy that.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on WWE banning the talent for using third parties, for example, YouTube, Twitch, or Cameo?
I think that is stupid, because do you realize how much they could help promote WWE? Let's say they're wearing a WWE shirt on the Twitch and people see it. Ooh, and people could interact with the wrestlers. Wouldn't that be great for the company? Why would you ban that?
And say, you're kind of ruining certain superstars that I'm going to mention here, like Ruby Riott, Eric from the Viking Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You're ruining Liv Morgan, but she's starting she was going to start a YouTube channel, and you're also ruining Paige, which has a Twitch channel, and you also is Zelina Vega, which also has a Twitch channel.
Yeah.
But going back to Paige for a little bit, she's actually going to remain on Twitch and change the name to Paige to Soraya, her actual name.
Yeah, because they can't copyright her name. Right.
But why, if you think about it, they cannot stop them for using them if they change the if they're not using their ring name. They're using their actual name.
Yeah, they can't ban that for that.
And say
It's like Bret Hart always said. He said you can't copyright a person's name. You can copyright a move or a hold, but you can't copyright a person's real name.
say, what would they do if they, like, for example, Shawn Michaels, which is basically his real name, is just turned around? Because you think about Shawn Michaels, just his actual name is not with the S. It's Michael Shawn Hickenbottom.
Mm-hmm.
What would they do? What would they do then?
Yeah. They would probably just copyright Shawn Michaels. They can't copyright Hickenbottom. They can copyright HBK, but they can't use his real name, his last name, obviously. And it's still not his real name if it's reversed. That's still not his real name.
But in a way, it is based off of his real name, though.
Yeah, at least it'd be a little touch and go there. I'm not sure how they would.
To me, it's a little bit challenging because it's Shawn Michaels is basically his real name. It's just reversed.
Yeah.
And that's just hypothetically if Shawn had a YouTube or Cameo or Twitch.
Jeez. Well, look at Rusev. He's got a YouTube channel, and his name is Miro on it, or something to that effect. And they can't do nothing about his channel. He's not using the Rusev name.
Well, he is not with WWE right now, so therefore that does not affect him. But it does affect his wife's line.
They can't touch him. Yes.
Yeah,
and she has appeared on the channel.
Which, actually, I heard that Lana is the one that actually started the whole mess.
Yeah. And if you want to get all of your like WWE news, like go to Wrestling Hub.
That's where I watch. I watch like Wrestling Hub or Wrestling Days because he provides a lot of news. I even watch See Wrestling and multiple others that provides news.
I watch JD. I watch JD from New York.
Yeah. I like What Culture Wrestling, and I like Cultaholic. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're very good. I watch this guy right here. Let me pull up his channel. Where is he? Come on, I just saw it. Here we go, right here. I watch this guy right here.
Oh yeah, I've seen him a few times too. Yeah.
And first of all, going back to JD from New York, where is Raw Underground going? They're going underground and into the ground.
Agreed.
I heard that Dolph Ziggler will wrestle a woman, I believe. But I'm not sure on that. But I also heard from him that Retribution is only on Raw now.
I haven't heard that. This is not in the main news at all, but it's quite possible. But I think at least for right now, they should keep Retribution neutral in between the two shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why haven't they been on NXT? Why haven't they went with all three brands? Is it NXT people doing the group?
Quite possible. But I have heard that there's been one superstar that is at least rumored at this point to been negotiating a contract for a return with WWE after 6 years.
It's Punk because I'm looking at that right now. CM Punk trolls WWE fans over joining Retribution.
Well, I kind of hinted at it anyway because I said 6 years.
Yeah. WWE Creative is running dangerously close to pushing people to not caring about Retribution unless something major happens soon. And first of all, do you guys believe that the hacker storyline was awesome?
I do.
Yes.
And say I think they could have.
Supposedly-
I think they
Go
could have
on.
went very far with that.
Yeah.
But why
Oh,
they canceled it, I'm not for sure.
Supposedly it was because it was Mustafa Ali and he appeared on Raw, and this was a SmackDown angle. So I don't know why they cut it like.
Well, they could have had some other people do it. Like, you know what? If I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but some people, a person actually, he puzzled the boys of the hackers. They had Mustafa Ali's boys. They had Chad Gable. They even had Xavier Woods do it. So they could have done. They could have had Chad Gable or Xavier Woods do it.
Now,
That Shorty G.
I hate calling him Shorty G. That's why I still call him Chad Gable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I already got this from Donnie, but Mark, who do you think is in Retribution?
I think it's some NXT guys. I'm not sure who the leader would be, but I like to see Tommaso Ciampa actually be the leader. That would be cool.
Yeah, I actually would like to see Finn Balor be the leader. If it's from NXT.
Another good choice.
But quite honestly, if I had to pick anybody, I would prefer CM Punk.
Yes. And I also hear that
Only-
tomorrow night, Finn Balor will be facing Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. Now,
Yes.
now, if your statement is correct and Finn Balor is part of the group and is a leader, then Adam Cole should become the NXT champion tomorrow.
That's what I was about to say. If Finn Balor loses that match, then we have at least a hint towards Finn Balor being at least part of the group. If Finn Balor wins the match, then we know that Finn Balor is not going to be even a part of the group.
And like you said, Tommaso Ciampa probably is in the group. He lost that match on last Tuesday. So Markboy is psychic.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I kind of want to talk about since we're talking about NXT. What's your thoughts on it being rumored that it's going to be moved to another night?
I actually don't think it's going to be moved to another night.
I'm actually okay with it.
It's been rumored that they want to be moved to a different night so they don't really have to compete with AEW.
The actual reason it was moved on Wednesdays was to compete directly with AEW, and Vince always liked competition, and I think he's going to keep it on Wednesday.
Well, the rumor is now is they don't want because NXT is a constant lower in viewership and the ratings, and they don't want to continue with competing with AEW. That's what I think.
It would help both shows. Yeah, it would help. It would help both shows if they were on different nights. Yes, they both gain a lot of viewers.
Now, still talking about NXT. What do you think of William Regal? Now I'm just spitballing here, but what do you think about William Regal becoming the GM of Raw and SmackDown? Would those shows get better, or would 3 miserable hours of Raw get better?
Quite honestly, no.
No.
Here's why. Here's
go ahead.
why. I think the one that runs NXT should take over Raw and SmackDown. And if that happens, then therefore I think Raw and SmackDown will improve. And who I'm talking about is Triple H.
Yes. And in trying to get Vince McMahon off his high horse and actually into something involving something and not getting NXT talent pushed down the toilet.
Yeah. I believe if Triple H was in charge of Raw and SmackDown, I think he would try to push every NXT star that is moved to Raw or SmackDown to as high as possible.
Like Finn Balor, like longest reigning NXT champion. Up there, one day Universal champion and pushed right back down to NXT. See, that is why I do not want the Undisputed Era on Raw and SmackDown. Now, that is my favorite group of NXT, and I just don't want to see them ruined.
I don't want to see them ruined, but I'm gonna approach a question. What is there else for the Undisputed Era to really do in NXT?
Nothing.
But
could they be Retribution?
it's quite possible for each member to be part of it. But the question is there going to be a new leader of the group because of CM Punk, the rumors of CM Punk's negotiating with the contract with WWE?
True. I don't think, though, it doesn't matter who you put in charge of SmackDown or Raw at the moment, because Vince will have the final say on everything. They should really try to get Vince's control out of there. They should just get him out of there. And then Triple H take over when Vince is gone. That's the only way it's going to work.
Now, kind of moving away from the Undisputed Era just for a little bit, well, I think here's how it's going to unfold out with Retribution. I think they're going to remain masked until like Survivor Series, and have like a 5-on-5 match.
Yeah.
Then during the match or shortly after, they're going to reveal who they are.
The Undertaker. No.
But now, if there are after that, if they are on one brand and one brand only, now I can see Retribution or Undisputed Era be moved to the other brand if they are going to move them from NXT to another brand.
It was me, Vince.
I hope not. He needs to remain out of WWE completely, for my opinion.
He needs to go home and sit down and never get involved in WWE again.
He needs to take a phrase from CM Punk. He needs to leave the control to his idiotic daughter and his stupid son-in-law.
They did that too. He seriously invented 2000. He invented 6 years. He actually invented that. 6 years. He actually proved to us, but no ice cream bars and no CM Punk in the movie. But you did do that on you did do that on the documentary. So basically he got CM Punk the movie.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's 50-50 because that wasn't really a movie per se, like it is with, like, for example, Fighting With My Family, the story about Paige's life.
Yeah.
So that was more of a actual documentary.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll definitely be picking up the Last Ride documentary. I'll be getting that in November on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that.
I think I'm only going to get the DVD. Not the. I seriously hate that the UK gets everything, and the US just gets the DVD. I don't understand that.
And say, actually, as at least Patrick Porter knows, I think you know too, Mark. I actually pre-ordered it, so
Yes.
through the UK, but I did find out a few days after that the US is going to get a release of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they could have released that information on the exact same day.
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense.
Okay, so The Last Ride comes out in 76 days. It says on
because the UK version is going to be on November 23rd, and then the US version is going to be coming out sometime in December.
Which makes absolutely no sense.
To me, they should have had the US version and the UK version come out with like a day apart.
But I do like it. It's limited to 666 copies. That was clever. And it comes with exclusive artwork, many. Now, do you think the mini comic book is the exact same as the Undertaker? What is it called? The last chapter that he did. Not the Revelation. I don't remember what it is. I'll look it up on the network.
Well, here in Canada for releases, it's the same thing. Like, you guys probably got Extreme Rules on the day it came out. I usually have to wait a week after that before it comes here in Canada. I don't know why they can't have the releases on the same day. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's just stupid for you guys.
Well, another thing is I don't get, and this is in DVDs in general. Why does different countries have to have a different region?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Like me, I can play all your DVDs. You can play all our DVDs. Canada, US has the same region, but I bought a all region Blu-ray and DVD player. I can play anything from anywhere, Blu-ray or DVD. It was a great investment, and I liked it.
See, that's what I don't get with my, like, at least with my DVD player. I know it ain't technically exactly wrestling related, but I'm not sure how to tell if I have a region free DVD player or if I don't have a region free DVD player. Because what I have a Sony DVD player. So I have a Sony DVD player, but I'm not exactly sure if it's a region free or if it's just one region.
If you bought it in the States, chances are it's just a plain region player. I went online to get mine. I had to go online.
Well, I actually seen where you can actually get a region free in the stores. No matter what you are. You just have to know what to look for.
Yeah. But mine cost about $250 on Amazon. And I got it within 2 days, and great investment. Play Blu-rays from anywhere, DVDs from anywhere. As soon as you put a DVD in, doesn't matter where it's from, it plays. Blu-rays, you have to press 2 instead of 1 on the controller, and you play your Blu-ray. It's very easy to use.
I think you was kind of ripped off on the price, because what I've seen, you're gonna get a region free DVD player for like 30, 40 to maybe $60 US.
That's pretty cheap. I just wanted something that would last. I didn't want something like cheap.
Yeah, and then you get the Hell in the Cell released in December, but it's on November 1st. So why take? First off, when is TLC even happening? Like, that's just so stupid. That what is that? Nope, they don't have it yet.
Well, it takes them about a month. Let's say the pay-per-view is tomorrow. Well, you're not gonna get it on DVD until about a month, until they
Yeah,
can make it and
yeah.
copy it to DVD. Obviously.
Yeah, I know that part. But why take? Okay, so Hell in a Cell is like over like October, like before Halloween. Scary. Yeah. Well, not anymore because of the stupid Money in the Bank stuff. But it seriously says on November 1st. It's an October pay-per-view. So that's just stupid to me.
Yeah. Okay, to your question, Patrick, the TLC pay-per-view is happening on December 20th.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
Hmm.
So that's going to be a January release. And then
Probably. Yep.
Survivor Series is
November 22nd.
November 20. Okay, so yeah, so that makes sense. Now, do you think that the Undertaker will return or do something at Survivor Series?
If I had to predict, I would say he's going to get all dressed up like the Undertaker, walk out like the Undertaker, and do a promo about him being involved with WWE for 30 years.
Now,
I will be shocked if that comes true.
Well,
yeah,
it would be more convincing, and then saying it's time for the Cowboy to leave the station or something, and like she gets right off into the sunset, and then
his exact quote was, "It's time for the Cowboy to really ride away."
That's it. And then, okay, I'm done in the ring after 30 years. This Cowboy can't take much, no more, and I'm done. Now, do that inside the ring, and I'll be shocked. Instead of doing it on the network, because non-wrestling fans who love the Undertaker, who will remember that 40 years from now that he retired on the network?
Now, if you're talking about general wrestling fans, not that many. Now, if you're talking about like a hardcore wrestling fan, a lot.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like his last match would be in a wrestling ring and not in a boneyard. But I enjoyed that match for what it was.
We have different views on that because I think that was a great match, and I think that was a match that the Undertaker was looking for.
Yeah.
And as it was mentioned in a previous Talking Wrestling, there was a rumor with AJ Styles challenging Undertaker to a Lose or Leave Town match, or Lose or Leave the WWE match. I don't think that is going to come true for one reason. The Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose SummerSlam match was a Lose or Leave WWE match.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't make no sense to have a Lose or Leave WWE match that close to another Lose or Leave WWE match.
Yeah. And again,
now, here's what I think. If you're going to have another match in between Undertaker and AJ Styles, and add a stipulation, have it where if AJ Styles wins, the Undertaker has to retire.
That's the match that everyone wants. I mean, not everyone. I think Dan wants Kane versus Undertaker at Survivor Series. But have that match at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
But I got your take, Donnie. But Mark, what do you think? Who if it wasn't for stupid Brock Lesnar, who would face Undertaker at WrestleMania 30? And in your own words.
He should have lost. He should have lost to Bray Wyatt at that time. That would have made Bray right there.
Exactly what I said about probably like last week.
That's what I said as well.
But didn't he say at the end of the documentary that he was still on the contract for 15 years, and if Vince McMahon called him, that he would think about it? Didn't he say that in the documentary?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he might be still in the contract, but that doesn't mean he can't do something backstage.
That is true. That is true.
And say he might not be able to physically do it in the ring. He might be able to do something like multiple others does. Be like a road agent. Be like a coach for the active talent. Or he can, or he can do a combination of both. Or he can do even be a producer for the shows.
Yeah.
See, the Boneyard match was put together by Triple H and Michael Hayes, and the Undertaker had input on it, obviously. So that's why it was a good match. I don't think Vince had anything to do with that one.
Thank God.
That was a great match, unlike the Firefly Funhouse match. That was just a confusing match. After that match, I was like, "What did I just see?"
Taking the words from Titus O'Neil, like if you see Titus O'Neil's face right after that match, it's exactly what he describes what Donnie just said.
Are you guys a John Cena fan? Do you guys like John Cena?
Yeah. I grew up with Cena, as you guys know. I think he's not on my top 10 list anymore, but he was for like 2 years. But besides that, no.
When I think of John Cena, I think of a question that Wrestle Rampage was asked, and the question was, who did you like as a kid, but you hate now? John Cena would be that person for me.
For me too.
Yeah.
Like you said in 2012,
they should have left him.
Like in 2012, I'm not gonna be like The Rock. I'm not going to leave. What'd he do? He
leave.
To become exactly like The Rock.
They should have left him Thugonomics when he first came in and did all the battle raps and stuff. They should have left when he first started.
Yep.
See, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about?
Oh, that's pretty good there.
Underrated,
very good episode here. But
underrated superstars.
That's underrated superstar. Aleister Black.
Yeah, and going to Aleister Black, I actually have an article that I read in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. It came out this month for October. It says, "Who is the real Aleister Black?" And I still haven't read it. But when Baron Corbin threw Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black, I thought they died.
So did I.
There was a secret ledge that I think only Michael Cole knew. Well, what the hell? Oh, Christ.
I actually thought they did die. They should have played that off. They literally should have played that they died off, so when they returned, they would have made it more special.
Yeah,
How did AJ Styles return from being buried alive? They never.
Well, they did something similar with AJ as they did with Undertaker in that match with Mankind, where the hand was already was risen.
Yes.
Yeah, but who saved them? Because as you know, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, that was their last thing, and that was their last thing in WWE. So who saved them besides the people who buried them out?
Trap door inside the gravesite. You can get out from underneath.
Although I like the thing they did at Money in the Bank with the Undertaker room and I'll find you, little Ray Ray. But as you all know, I like Otis, but I don't like Otis. And AJ Styles should have won that Money in the Bank match.
Agreed.
Slippery hands, AJ. Yeah, right. Stupid Elias broke that up.
Anything you guys want to talk about?
Good.
Okay, then I guess we'll end it there. You guys want to leave any of your socials?
Markboy316 on YouTube, and that's probably it.
Horror unboxings on YouTube, and that's it.
You can get me on Facebook, Donnie Langston, Twitter and Instagram at Donnie Langston 5. See you guys next time.